Okay. So, like I said about Zoom, I'm gonna purposely use it all week long, just to see what kind of a feel we get for it, good or bad. I have a feeling it's going to be exactly the same as Google Meet, and I don't particularly care which one we use. Maybe by the end of the week I'll like this one more or dislike it more. Who knows? But all week long I'll be using Zoom, and the open office hours I'll be using Zoom. So I'll just make sure to put the link in there for you guys. Don't forget to change your name. So, like, I have no idea who 2VUXK1 is. I think you probably put that one in an accident because that was the password. But I'm sure there's a way for you to change your own names. Oh, yes. I put the attendance question in today's folder, but maybe I should write that down just to double check here. Make sure you guys are going to be using the attendance question. Google Meet kind of took attendance for me. Not very good, but you guys didn't have to do anything. You just had to show up. But none of the other services do. And I don't ever plan on using WebEx because that one just runs terribly for me. So I don't like having to put that attendance question up for you guys because it's kind of like an extra step. But I don't really have another good way that works. So I usually just make it as quick and succinct as I can. So let's make sure to use the attendance question for the rest of the trimester, just so we have a routine, because it's easier for you guys to get into routines. So let's do the attendance question for the rest of the trimester. That way it'll be easier for everybody. So if you haven't gone in today's folder yet and taken attendance, click on it quick. And judging by the fact that you guys all have the code, or at least you made it in here, you guys all figured out how to go into today's folder. And we're only going to meet for a couple of minutes today, to be honest, because I'm exactly like you guys. I 100% needed that week and a half, 2 weeks off for my brain to just shut off. Because the whole first half of the school year was really tough on teachers and students. And so we definitely need breaks to be able to shut off our brain and kind of re-energize. So I told you guys before, and I know some of you forgot, that's fine. But I told you guys I was going to shut my computer off on that Tuesday before break. And I didn't turn my computer back on until this morning. So I'm sure I have messages. I haven't even read the messages. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I just haven't gotten to anything yet. So I'll be correcting the tests here these first 3 days this week, and I'll get stuff caught up for you guys. So I haven't read your questions if you did send me some. I told you I needed a break just like you guys did. So I will get back to work and get everything caught up and done, and I'll make my way through messages here. But today was just kind of like a review day because you probably forgot a lot of what we had been doing. And before we start Chapter 8, we're going to review the big thing from Chapter 7 that we're going to use a lot, which was FOIL. So if you don't remember what FOIL stands for, jeez, I forgot how to spell. It stands for firsts, outsides, insides, lasts. And it is just describing how you multiply two things times two things. So some of you just basically call it distribution. It doesn't matter at all what you call it. We're just reviewing the type of problems. So let's say we are going to multiply these two. This would be referred to as a FOIL problem because we're multiplying two things times two things, like binomials. So the firsts is taking x times x. I'll try to color coordinate it. So x times x would be x squared. The outsides, we'll do that in pink. The outside would be the x and the negative 3. That would make negative 3x. The insides would be the 4 and the x. And that would make 4x. And then the lasts would be the last two things. So 4 and negative 3 would make negative 12. And then frequently, you'll have like terms. So in this case, the minus 3x and plus 4x are like terms, and they can go together. So negative 3 plus 4 turns into plus 1. And then this would be our final answer. So it doesn't have to be the same order that I just wrote. The order that I wrote was from FOIL, the acronym. Some of you like to do x times x times negative 3, 4 times x, 4 times negative 3, which gives you the same answer, but you like to view it differently. That's kind of basically what we're reviewing today. Does somebody want me to answer questions on this, like maybe you forgot something that, anything that I wrote up there that didn't trigger memories? Okay. Basically, I'm just going to have you guys help me. Let's see. Grace. I'll say it again before I forget. Because we're using Zoom this week, we're going to use the attendance question for the rest of the trimester, so just make sure you answer the attendance question too. Jamad, can you help me multiply these two things out? No problem. Okay, so do you want help with like the order to do it, or I don't. I'm just. Okay, will do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2x squared times 4x. So those are the first things. So multiply the numbers together first, and then kind of do the letters after that. So do you remember what you'd get if you took 2x squared times 4x? Okay, it's going to be 8x3. So because you have 2 of the x's times 1 of the x's, together there'd be 3 of them. Yeah, I know you're right. There's tons of details that we haven't done for a little bit. And then next you're going to take 2x squared times negative 1. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh, we can do that one next if you want. Minus 3. So the 3, the negative symbol goes with the 1. And then the only thing we haven't multiplied is the 3 and the 4x. Perfect. And then really the only thing we have to double check, can any of these go together? Like the one we up above, the pink one and the orange one went together because they were both x's. Can any in this problem go together? No, perfect. Nice job. I mean, you did a really good job considering we haven't done this for quite a while. Correct. So to be a like term, they have to have the same powers. Let's see. I think it was Christian that just came in. Christian, the one thing I'll say, because I've already mentioned to everybody else, is make sure to do the attendance question for the rest of the trimester, because this one doesn't keep track of attendance for me. And we're going to be using Zoom this week for sure, just to give it a chance. Try it out. Okay, Jamad, who is going to go next? I will let you pick the next person. This is a lot of pressure. Jackson? Okay, Jackson. You there, Jackson? Oh, there you are. All right. What do you think? Do you think you could help me with this green one? Squared. Yep. So first power and first power, when you multiply them, you add their powers. Okay, so the 3x times the -5. Good. Okay, good. Perfect. Can any of these go together? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Do you guys want me to do some more of these examples to refresh you? Basically, your assignment today is a worksheet of multiplying out binomials like this, so FOILing. And I'd be more than happy to do some more examples if you want me to. Otherwise, this is exactly what you're doing today. If you want me to do some more examples, you can either just put it in the chat or the Padlet or, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Are you guys worn out on your first day back? Was this hard? Given that this is the last hour of the day, was this rough for you guys? I was trying to make it short today because I knew you would probably be empty. Yeah, well, that's right. I think everybody's tired today. You get used to sleeping in for almost 2 weeks in a row, and then all of a sudden you got to wake up. I was not happy with my alarm clock this morning. Okay, I'll be done here then, because I guess I don't see a need for. If you guys don't want me to do more examples, I won't. Because we've done a lot of these in the past, I just kind of needed to refresh you on it. Thank you for coming today. So there's a worksheet in today's folder. I think it's 12 problems. I know it's 2 pages, but it's it's relatively short. And it's basically just to kind of get your brain thinking again before we move on to the next chapter.